Oh no, his girlfriend lives overseas. What should he do? Dating Women Radio Show number 34, all from Doc Love, the man that interviewed thousands of women, asking them why they stayed with one man versus another. And this was taken from Doc's radio show back in 2008, but Doc's stuff is timeless. This crossed a few segments as we started the call coming up on a break, and it's all about a guy that's about to move away from his girlfriend due to military obligations, and he's got other issues going on besides just the distance. Now, 2 points of clarification for new guys to Doc stuff. Doc Talk's home phone number, it's just phone number now. Doc changed that when landlines went away. And when Doc says 18 to 22, not grown up, well, he's not talking about career, etc. But he meant that understandably, most folks in that age range, men and women, didn't want to make long-term commitments. Let's get right into it.
All right, well, we've got about a minute left in the segment, but we're going to go to John in New York City right now. John, ask your question. We might have to carry you over, man, but we definitely wanted to get you in segment one. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Doc? I've been reading your articles for quite a while to get insight into a decision I have to make in only a few short months, and I can explain that. My girlfriend and I have been together for 18 months. I'm a lieutenant in the Army, and I just found out that I'm going to be deploying in June. The thing is, my girlfriend, we've been together for 18 months. She lives in Germany. She's a German citizen. And my question is, should I break off my relationship prior to going to war in order to preserve our relationship, maybe avoid the pain we might experience with my deployment? Or should I tell her I want to continue our relationship and risk her cheating on me? I'm thinking that might happen. I mean, there's the cards are stacked against me here, I think. She's 21, I'm 24. She's at university. It's easy to meet people. And we had broken up before. After 3 months of not being together when I was in the desert at a National Training Center, she had broken up with me when I went to see her last time a time ago in Germany for 2 days. And then she called me back. She wanted to be back together. She wanted to, she missed me terribly. She was afraid.
Hey, John, John, let's cut you off right here, man. We've got your question in, and we are going to answer that right after the break. Actually, I should say Doc's going to answer it. Guy is getting deployed, and he's been with a girl for 18 months. They've broken up before, and he wants to know, should he break up prior to him going back overseas because he's afraid that she might cheat on him. We're going to break that down and do more for you coming up next. Doc Love Show, Understanding Women for Men Only. Okay, we talked to John before the break, and John is still on the line right now just to break down what we were talking about. He had been with a girl for 18 months. They had broken up before. He's 24, she's 21. She lives in Germany, and he is about to be deployed overseas as a lieutenant. And he is wondering, geez, should I just break up with her? Doc, you've listened to all this stuff. What's your take on all of it?
Yeah, John, do you have the book?
No.
There's a chapter called Back, B-A-C-K.
Uh-huh.
And you know what it says? You can't go back.
Yep.
When that girl dropped you, it was over.
See, even if it was only a 2-day breakup.
I don't care if she says, I want to break up with you. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're out. The fact that it entered her mind. See, she's just going with you because she can't be alone. Plus, you don't bug her. She's in Germany and you're in New York City, so you can't pressure her. You can't take her out. She can't see you. So she's got a boyfriend in America. But when that happened, you were dead there. 2, she's 21. 18 to 22-year-olds are little girls. This girl's too young. And B, geography's a killer. That's also pointed out. You should really overnight the book. You need it immediately because you're wasting a lot of time and effort where you should be hustling new home phone numbers. So you were dead back then. And here's another thing. When you say 18 months, you're implying you took her out twice a week for 18 months. How often do you see this girl?
Well, I dated her for 6 months before we had to go our separate ways. I went to a separate base in the U.S. and she was an au pair living in Georgia as a nanny for a doctor's family. So then she went back to Germany, and then we've been seeing each other. Me going to Germany, she coming to the U.S. maybe once a month ever since then.
Yeah. When she dropped you, you were dead. See, women have what I call interest level. And when a girl goes out with you 6 months, hopefully her interest level is 95. So to drop you, her interest level has to be 49 or less. Just by the fact that it's in her mind and she brings it up shows you that her interest level is not in the 90s. And for a long distance relationship, it has to be in the 90s. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Now, if you were living in the same city and she went to London, let's say for 3 months and came back, you can hold her. But if she has to go to London for 6 months or a year and a half, she's going out with her girlfriends partying. She's going to bars. Guys are buying her drinks. Guys are asking her to dance. She'll turn them down after 3 or 4 months, though. She's going to say, hell with it. I want to dance. He's not here. And then she goes over to the guy's house, and then his cousin is there, and she starts going out with a cousin. Casually at first, he gets his time in, and then you're out because you weren't there in the same city. So if you had the book, you would have dropped the girl way back when. Another mistake you made is when this girl said, I'll take you back, and you say, let me think about it for 60 days. You jumped on it.
Thought about it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
You jumped on it. You were too happy to get back. When that girl dropped you, that was a massive red flag. And that says, when this girl's, and then she just said, come on back, and you come back? Where's your self-respect?
Mm-hmm.
She can't respect you, guy. And you go out there and kill 50 terrorists with your machine guns. And by the way, thanks for being out there for me. I appreciate anybody on the armed forces. But the problem is this, though. You were dead way back when she said, I want to break up with you. And I don't care if she came back to you a minute later. When she said that couldn't have entered her mind if she was really, truly in love with you after 6 months of being with you. So I would recommend you get the book, The System.
Hey, thanks a lot, Doc.
You got it, buddy. Thank you for your call.
Doc, few follow-ups to that call. Number one, of course, we're never here to hurt guys. I mean, we're the only show in the world that's really here for a guy. So when you're correcting a guy, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. You're never doing it out of spite. You're just trying to really help a guy avoid a lot of landmines.
Yeah, you're like a missile, and you're going up toward the moon, and all of a sudden you start drifting to the right. Well, you're not going to hit the moon. You're going to go over and hit Saturn. So we got to kind of self-correct you or correct you. And when you have the dating dictionary and you listen to the radio show and you got Mastery 1, 2, and 3, you're able to self-correct yourself, and you don't need me anymore. But in the beginning, you need me because this stuff works, and I get too many You Changed My Life letters. But again, you've got to be able to take criticism, and a lot of guys, they can take it. It can come to computers, comes to baseball or football, but nobody's going to tell me about women. Fine. Continue making your mistakes and watch what happens.
I took this clip from the Dating Women radio show. If you want more free audio, check out our podcast. Get that and other free stuff, including a free 7-day dating course. Freeze the screen or hit the description for all your freebies. And, of course, we have a discount on Doc's life-changing book at doclove.com/video deal. If you aren't sure about buying it, just check out all the You Changed My Life letters when you go to that URL.